Welcome to Facepalm Sunday, the segment on the internet where we respond to videos on the internet. And today's response that we're getting is from the great and wonderful channel known as BuzzFeed. This is actually an older video that somehow skipped my viewing, but I really hope that this video angers you, upsets you, just like it did me, because this type of behavior of parenting is fucked up. It is wrong. I am not against two gay men raising a child or adopting a child. I'm not against two lesbians having a child, raising a child. But these two parents, specifically the woman on the right with the candy bar shirt, I hope you see clearly and obviously what I see is wrong with this video.
It's really funny because he's super into sports, like maybe he was like an Olympic athlete in his past life. He just came with all of these sporting talents that are like visible at 17 months. That's what Dasha liked growing up. She just like easily relates to him on that level. I'm constantly trying to like queer my relationship with him and get him to wear tutus. He hates it. Like he's just like, no.
I want to queer my relationship with him. I force him to wear tutus and he's just like, no. Okay, that's the first problem right here. So what, this kid's gonna grow up to be 9 years old and you're still gonna force him to wear certain types of clothes because you think that he is more of a woman? Are you really conflating gender with sexuality here? Because that seems to be a big issue that's constantly brought up among morons like yourself. If he loves doing boy activities, let him be him. This isn't about gender, it's about who he wants to be, and that's what ultimately matters, not you forcing your ideals of what you think he should be wearing, specifically when he's a fucking boy and says he doesn't like wearing tutus at 4 or 5 years old. Why then would you embarrass him to wear a fucking tutu? Do you not realize that, like, that's how fucking kids get so easily bullied? He's 9 years old, his mother forces him to wear some sort of feminine dress because that's the way she thinks that he should be, or that's what she thinks his sexuality is. That kid's gonna be ostracized and gonna be isolated and bullied from people because you're a fucking stupid mom. You know, I view this the exact same way. If I have a child, I adopt a kid, whatever it be, I'm not gonna tell my child to, you need to be an atheist. No, I'm gonna let my child decide exactly what he wants to be. If he wants to become religious when he's older, that is his individual choice. So this is like the religious mentality of where, you know, you force your ideals of a young 4 or 5 year old that you are a believer in God, you are a Christian, you are a servant of God type of bullshit. In the same way you're trying to force a sexuality or a gender on a fucking 4-year-old by forcing him to wear things he doesn't want to wear, specifically tutus. Now, there's nothing wrong with a young boy who wants to wear tutus. Like, if a kid wants to wear tutus, let him wear tutus. I don't see an issue with that. But if the kid clearly doesn't like wearing that type of stuff, why force your ideals upon them?
He's taking in kind of kid media. He has this great book that's like just pictures and words, but when you open it up, it's like a picture of a girl and a picture of a boy, and it's like girl, boy. I'm just like, child. This is where he starts learning like what things are, and so I hate the idea that he's getting imprinted on him. People who look like this are boys, and people who look like that are girls. Even something that's like progressive like Sesame Street. All the monsters are boys unless they have like a bow in their hair and a sparkly necklace on. Like, why is Old MacDonald like a guy? Why couldn't it be the lesbian farmer? It's everywhere. I mean, it is. It's everywhere.
Did you really just say, why can't we have a lesbian farmer toy? Yeah, I'm sure that product would sell wonderful, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't see the company Barbie, despite how fucked up that company is with their toys, you don't see the company Barbie making gender-neutral dolls, do you? Why is Old MacDonald a man? Because the designers wanted him to be a man. And I'm gonna say it here, labels are not... I don't find these types of labels within gender to be a bad thing. They're not a bad thing. Women and men are physically different. Everyone and everything around us has a label to extent. So for you to go out of your way to fucking read a child's book and just like, oh, I'm gonna be the goody two-shoe mama right here. I'm gonna be that non-conforming, binary, whatever the fuck I am. That's a child and that's a child. I'm not gonna call him a boy. I'm not gonna call him a girl. Because, you know, to a 4 or 5 year old, that could be deeply offensive or even transphobic. Because I'm teaching him basic, you know, labels for what you see and stuff. But somehow, you know, if teaching him that a boy, if that's what a boy looks like, that could that could distort his reality of what a boy actually is when a boy's actually a girl. Like, I don't have a problem with parents teaching their kids this later on in life, but at this age, it really does not do anything. And I think you're actually creating future problems because this child's going to be really confused growing up onto whether or why he was never called a boy. Mom, am I a boy or am I a girl? Because, like, my first 10 years, you never called me my actual gender, so I don't know what I am. Mommy, please tell me. Well, son, there's a reason why I tried to force you with those tutus, bitch. Because although you got a penis, I think you're truly a little girl. Here's the thing. The label boy and the label girl, those are not insults. Which apparently in this hypersensitive culture, you're raising a child right now who's gonna think that being called a boy or being called a girl is somehow bad. And yes, there are stereotypes that go along with those labels, but you don't have to be someone who follows those things. And furthermore, there has been countless studies that show that young kids playing with a male toy or a female toy does not play a role in their sexual identity in the future. So this toy preference of toys should, let's have a fucking Ninja Turtle. Let's make a female Ninja Turtle with turtle tits, because turtle tits sounds sexy hot. Teenage Mutant Female Turtles. Because, we gotta represent every fucking goddamn label that's created within the toy industry. Because you don't want to make someone feel left out or they're not being properly represented, right? And what I hate more about this video is you have a video here of these two, it's mainly the woman on the right with the candy shirt. But they're talking about how open and accepting they are, yet here she is forcing her ideals upon her own kid. That's a really hypocritical stance to hold. It's like, oh, I'm gonna let my kid believe whatever he wants to believe, but oh my god, he's 15 now, he's, exploring religion. If you become a Christian, I'm gonna kick you out of my fucking house, you little bitch. No, no, you don't do that. And I just love that the title has to be non-conforming parents. Non-conforming, you're stressing that point, non-conforming. But for a fact that these parents, if someone disagrees with them, to not conform or think in their label with gender identity, whatever it be, that they're gonna be pretty upset if you don't conform to their labels and what they think is right. So bullshit on the non-conformity shit. Because we all know that you may be non-conforming, but if someone disagrees with you on an issue such as SJW, political correctness, then you're gonna have a hissy fit. That's very clear, because according, old McDonald's a guy, that already is a big problem, right? That a toy is a man. Like, you can just tell from this video that these two people are very easily offended and take offense to almost everything around them. You can just tell that by their speech patterns, the way they act, the way they personify themselves. And I really don't see the issue of why people want to get rid of a gender. Why you have to switch the pronouns to make sure that it's not a guy or a girl when you call your son by his name. You can't identify him as a male, as that's somehow going to be damaging to his self-esteem at 4 years old. I mean, come on. It's just... And I'll be honest, I'm terrified to have a child, to raise a child up in this hypersensitive world that we currently have, and not for him to be somehow influenced and outcast his own goddamn father because I don't adhere to certain ideals. It's so vitally important that we raise children with the ability to think rationally for themselves and make individual life choices for themselves for what they want to be, and not force them into some mentality that they have to act and be this way in order to be loved and accepted by people. Open-mindedness is a thing of the past. It is diminishing in our generation of newly born children. Stop trying to make your child be all these different genders. If your kid wants to be a boy, let him be a boy. Give him that individual choice to express himself, to have his interests grow and develop as a normal child would have. Because dumb cunts like yourself don't need to be ruining the next generation of teens by the indoctrination that you spew in their head. And there's a lot of that going on in this video. Anyways, my name is Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. Thank you for watching this video. My name, I just said that. All my social media links are linked down below. My TeamSpeak is thedarkside.teamspeak3.com. I'm in there most evenings. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, because every time you give a thumbs up, my video has a higher chance of being in the YouTube algorithm, so it would be appreciated. Thank you for watching.